up, guys? Dane Davis here. Shout out to Boogie Bentley, Dauber, and the Indie Kid over at Talkin VAWLS Network on YouTube. VAWLS fans, head over to their YouTube channel, Talkin VAWLS Network. Smash that like button and subscribe, baby. Go Big Orange.
The #1 undefeated Volunteers prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and we're going to talk a little bit about Hendon Hooker, the quarterback position. Just how good can Hendon Hooker be under Josh Heupel? He was named the starter for the South Carolina game. Comes as no real surprise after his performance against Missouri. And honestly, even going back, I think he was declared the starter for that Florida game, whether or not Joe Milton was actually injured or they used that to keep from throwing Joe Milton under the bus. I think Hendon Hooker earned this starting job going into that Florida game. He solidified it throughout that Missouri game. But we're going to take a look at an article, take a look at some quotes regarding that. But as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. Helps the channel, helps the analytics, all that good stuff. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts or insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy what we do, go ahead and subscribe and also click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live, when we drop new content. We will be live on Saturday immediately following the game. So I hope you'll tune in for Talkin VAWLS Live. But let's jump into this article. It is from Rocky Top Insider, written by Ryan Shumpert. It says here, Hooker's calm demeanor, toughness, making him successful for Tennessee. Getting Josh Heupel to make a definitive statement about his quarterback room has been like trying to pull teeth this season. That's true. He doesn't like to talk about possible things that aren't true. He doesn't like to talk about hypothetical situations. He's been very quiet when it comes to the quarterback situation. However, after Hendon Hooker totaled 305 yards of offense and 4 touchdowns in Tennessee's blowout win at Missouri, Heupel finally named the Virginia Tech transfer his starting quarterback. The Vols quarterback depth chart listed Hooker as the starter Monday, and Tennessee's first-year head coach offered some insight about what the senior is doing well. Let's take a look at the quote here from Josh Heupel. It says, I think as much as anything, great comfort and understanding of what we're doing. The tempo, Heupel said of Hooker. He's been really in control of what's going on at the line of scrimmage, been really good with his eyes, and that's allowed him to be really decisive with the football. He was extremely accurate the other day. A lot of that stems from eyes in the right place, seeing things really clearly, allows you to get your body in the right spot. You know, something about Hendon Hooker, and we are seeing him improve week after week, is getting first-team reps, getting those reps in practice, getting more timing with those starting receivers. We all know throughout fall camp, everybody got an opportunity. Every quarterback on this roster had an opportunity to compete. But as they dwindled things down, as they got closer to the opener, Joe Milton started taking more reps with the ones. Once he gets banged up, we've seen Hendon Hooker get better week in and week out. As of now, he's ranked 5th in all of college football when it comes to quarterback efficiency. He's got a quarterback rating of 182.46. How good can Hendon Hooker be under Josh Heupel? What is the ceiling? When you look at his numbers that he's putting up this season, he's already thrown for 10 touchdowns. He's already thrown more touchdowns in 2021 than he did the entire season at Virginia Tech a year ago. In 2019, he had 13 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But how good can Hendon Hooker be under Josh Heupel? We've talked about the PlayStation numbers, the Xbox numbers, the ridiculous stats that Josh Heupel quarterbacks put up. But when you come to a place like Tennessee and you're doing it in the SEC, how good can Hendon Hooker be? Can he be the best quarterback in the SEC? Is that crazy talk? You're talking about a guy that's a redshirt senior, but he has an opportunity to be a super senior, come back with that COVID year. I think that would do Hendon Hooker some good. And yeah, we're getting way ahead of ourselves, skipping all the season and talking about what he's going to do next year. But the more Hendon Hooker gets comfortable, the better this offense is going to be. What's the ceiling? When you look at his numbers that he's putting up this season, he's already thrown for 10 touchdowns. He's already thrown more touchdowns in 2021 than he did the entire season at Virginia Tech a year ago. In 2019, he had 13 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But how good can Hendon Hooker be under Josh Heupel? When you look at his numbers that he's putting up this season, he's already thrown for 10 touchdowns. He's already thrown more touchdowns in 2021 than he did the entire season at Virginia Tech a year ago. best quarterback in the SEC, Heisman Trophy candidate. Am I crazy? Am I getting way ahead of myself? Hooker's comfort level has clearly increased since getting thrown into the fire in the second quarter against Pitt. The senior showed talent against the ACC foe, helping spark Tennessee's offense in a second-half comeback. Still plenty of mistakes from the transfer. Hooker turned the ball over twice against the Panthers, including a costly interception in the fourth quarter. It says here, in his first 2 games earning serious playing time for Tennessee, Hooker turned it over 3 times. In the 2 games since, both SEC games, Hooker hasn't turned it over. I think that's a key, obviously. Obviously, right? Don't turn the football over. It's hard to win when you make mistakes, but when you turn the football over, and that is a concern against South Carolina on Saturday. They can't afford to turn the ball over. And yeah, the interception against Pitt, because of the timing, the circumstances late in the game, kind of deflated Tennessee. Other than that, he's done a really good job protecting the football through the air. He doesn't throw into traffic a whole lot. I don't even really know, other than the interception against Pitt, I don't think he's really thrown into coverage much at all. But the problem is putting the ball on the ground when he's running. He's got to clean that up, has to do a better job, needs to learn to get down. Seemed like he tried to do that a little bit against Missouri, still struggled, still took some hits. But if he protects the football, I think Hendon Hooker's going to have a big-time year. He says here in the article, wide receiver Cedric Tillman, I think Hendon's done a great job. I think you can see that each game he's played, he's gotten more comfortable with the offense and more comfortable with the receivers and everybody else on the offense. I just think he's done a good job passing the ball, running the ball too. He's a leader, so we're just following his lead. Hopefully he continues to do good. The article goes on to say here that growing comfort level has shown on the field, where Hooker has increased his passing yardage totals in every game played. For Tennessee offensive coordinator Alex Golesh, Hooker's demeanor and toughness is standing out and leading to strong play on the field. Alex Golesh here says, I thought through spring and through camp, there was a calm demeanor about him. There was a sense of connectedness, a sense of maturity, good or bad, whatever happened, the response was always the same. It's really exactly what you want from a player. That's something we talked about throughout camp is Hooker seemed to me more reserved, whereas Joe Milton seemed to be that alpha. Doesn't always work out. But I like what Hendon Hooker has done so far. And again, it's not just the quarterback position. That's what this video focuses on. It's across the board. The defensive line continues to get better week after week. The linebacking core. Look what Aaron Beasley's doing. Jeremy Banks playing the best football of his career. That offensive line, everybody, we're seeing the wide receivers kind of get dialed in. This offense rotated a lot of guys the first few games, but now we're really seeing Velus Jones Jr., Javonte Payton, Cedric Tillman took a lot of snaps against Missouri. You were seeing guys get better. You were kind of seeing this coaching staff figure out who they want to utilize on game day and how they can get certain guys involved, moving Velus Jones to the slot against Missouri. Really got him a lot more touches, able to get him more involved. So we are seeing this football team. That's something we talked about when Josh Heupel came in. We want to see them get better week after week, and I think we are seeing that. Goes on to say Hooker's calm demeanor isn't hard to notice. The Virginia Tech transfer isn't going to give the media any juicy quotes, but there isn't a disinterest or arrogance in how Hooker speaks to the media. The veteran quarterback is just quiet and humble. After leading Tennessee to its highest point total in a conference game since 2016, Hooker didn't care to make his case for why he should be the Vols starter, just saying he's here to help my team win ball games, however that may be. The 62.4 touchdown performance wasn't Hooker's favorite football game either. Playing football, every game is my favorite game. Hooker said, I'm truly blessed to be out there playing. We touched on that yesterday, touched on it some of the live stream. Every game counts. Every game is the game. We take it 1 week at a time. Right now, South Carolina, most important game on the schedule. You go out, you take care of business. Guess what? Ole Miss quickly becomes the most important game on the schedule. That's the reality of the SEC. I touched on this a little bit earlier, but it says here, despite being a senior, Hooker has one more year of eligibility due to the COVID eligibility relief. Back on the field, Hooker is physical, fearless runner. The ability shows up behind an inconsistent offensive line, where Hooker's totaled 216 yards, 2 touchdowns this season. Alex Golesh goes on to say he has really been efficient in how he's played. He's been able to hand the ball off when he's supposed to, able to throw the ball when he's supposed to. He's given us a really good element in the run game in terms of being able to run the ball. What you didn't know through spring and summer, because they're in a red jersey, you can hit him, is how tough he is. He is certifiable dude in terms of toughness. He runs the ball extremely hard. Sometimes if you ask Joey, he needs to be smarter in how he finishes runs. Brings a spark, and the way that he plays, everyone else around him sees that, and they feed off of it. So my question to you guys is, again, how good can Hendon Hooker be under Josh Heupel? We are just starting to see what this offense can do. And yeah, the schedule gets tough. The schedule gets tough over the next few weeks. Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama, that Kentucky game's not going to be easy. How can Hendon Hooker perform against those top tier teams? I like what he did against Florida. I did. The result's not what you want, but I like what Hendon Hooker did when the competition, when the bar was raised just a little bit. So again, hit the comment section. Let me know, how good can Hendon Hooker be? Josh Heupel said it's the tip of the iceberg with what this offense can do. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' Vols Network. If you want to pick up a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, toboggan, we've also got stainless steel water bottles. The link to all that is in the description below. But any and all support is greatly appreciated. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like weed, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past the city.